Hey, what's up, everybody? Blake here. Welcome back to the channel. Got some NFL player props to take a look at here today on PrizePicks. If y'all are new to PrizePicks, use this promo code right here down below to get signed up, and that will get your first deposit instantly matched up to $100. So y'all be sure to take advantage there for my first-time users. All right, so regarding let's see, Thursday night football, what we did last night, we hit one, missed one. Hit Brees Hall's fantasy score, I think by halftime. That was just, killed that. And then Joe Flacco, man, I cannot believe what happened with Joe Flacco. We needed 22 pass completions. He had 16 at halftime, 16. And then they just had too much of a lead. He ended with 19. He threw 16 completions in the first half and 3 in the second half. Couldn't believe it. I was almost sure of it, but like I said, their lead was just too big. Jets almost made it interesting, but anyways, didn't hit that slip. Hit one, missed one. So 2 picks here today. Cowboys, Lions should be an awesome game. Both teams are guaranteed a playoff berth. The Lions did clinch their they did win their conference title or division title. So they're good there, but they could still take the number 1 seed from the 49. I'm sorry, fumbling over my words. They could still get the number 1 seed. Several things need to happen, but just because they have won their division, they can still clinch. So they still have things to play for, right? They still have postseason situations that they can be playing for now. So the first pick that we're going to be taking a look at, this game is in Dallas, by the way, everyone. So the first pick we're going to be taking a look at, David Montgomery. And you could go rush yards. I'm going rush and receiving yards, 65.5, taking the over here on more than 65.5 rush and receiving yards for David Montgomery. I say you could go rush yards. I like rush and receiving yards because he crushes this line with just his rushing yards alone, so you might as well tack on the receiving yards. But on the flip side of that, if he crushes this line with his rushing yards, then why not just take the 55.5 rush yards that he really should kill if he kills this number with it, right? So I could totally understand either way you want to go. He's not as much of a receiving back as Jahmyr Gibbs is, so I could understand that as well. But there has been games where he gets 20 receiving yards. Doesn't happen often, but it does. It has happened, and I just don't want to be kicking myself if that does happen. So I like the over right here, 65.5 rushing receiving yards. This should be a pretty potent, high-scoring offensive game. And you could also you could take your pick right here between Jahmyr Gibbs or David Montgomery. They both consistently hit their lines alongside one another. So like in the same game, they both hit their lines. They both see the field a lot. Montgomery hits this line in 10 of 12 games. That's, I love to see that for this prop here. That's 83% of his games. 10 out of 12, and Jahmyr Gibbs only is going to clear his rush and receiving yard prop in 8 of 13, and that's only 60%. So, we're looking at 83% hit rate, 60% hit rate. I'm taking David Montgomery all day. This line of 65.5, he has cleared with rushing yards alone in 9 of those 12 games. Like I said, he clears it in 10 of 12. 9 of those 12, he does it with rushing yards alone. He does see anywhere from 1 to 3 targets per game. So why not take the receiving yards tack on there as well? And we do have that game log here. This is fantasy score. We don't want to see that. Let's go rush yards plus receiving yards. Where are we? Yeah, like I said, he sees at least a few targets per game. So now what he does with it is neither here nor there. So you can see here, like I said, all we're looking for here is 66. Hits it in all but 2 games. So this game right here, 33 total. He had 14 rush yards, only carried the ball 6 times. That was a season low for him. Wouldn't expect that to happen again. 2 yards per carry. Not looking great there. Got a target, 1 reception, 1 target for 19 yards. And then let's see, the other one that he did not hit was against New Orleans. 18 rush attempts for 56 rush yards. Again, could happen, wouldn't expect it to. And that's why we need to talk about this Dallas defense. Now, if this were 4 weeks ago, I would be more hesitant on taking the over on this. But the last couple weeks, and I say this as a Cowboy fan, the last couple weeks, Buffalo game in particular, Dallas has exposed a weakness against the rush. And teams all season have been forced to play catch up, and that's dangerous because of Dallas's elite pass rush. Dallas has an elite pass rush, but they have been exposed these last couple weeks. Their rush defense against good rushing teams is not that great. We've been seeing holes in the Dallas rush defense when teams keep the ball on the ground, and Detroit runs the ball very well. Third most rushing yards in the league, as a matter of fact. David Montgomery accounts for the majority of touches on the team. The only worry I have is that Dan Campbell might pull some of these starters because they have secured their playoff spot in their title. But I like I said, there's still some stuff to play for. I don't think it's going to happen. He's too competitive of a coach anyways, in my opinion. I don't see it happening. Give me the over. And then on the Cowboys side of the ball, we're going to be looking at Brandin Cooks, who for some reason spells his name with an I. Ask his mom about that one. I'm not sure what happened there. Brandin Cooks over 3 receptions. And books have juice to go under 3.5, minus 180. I like the over here. I mean, obviously we could get a push. That's what the books are expecting anyways, is no more than 3. I'm expecting no less than 3, honestly. And the reason I say that is that Dallas has a lot to play for still. We could still win our division over Philly. There's a lot that could happen. Dallas is back at home looking to clean up their act going into the postseason. They haven't been doing too well the last couple weeks. The Cowboys are very explosive at home. Dak is unreal at home. Brandin Cooks only clears this line in 7 of 14 games, but at home, where the Cowboys play their best ball, he clears this line of 3 receptions. He's going to clear this in 5 of 6 games at home. Push or better. I'm sorry. He's going to push or better 5 of 6 games. Clear it outright in 4 of 6 games, as you can see here. So again, when Dak is on at home, all the receivers, all the receivers see the love on the other end of the pass. So clears, like we say, 5 of 6 games at home. Lots to play for here. Shouldn't see any starters getting pulled early unless there's a nasty lead. But he's seen no less than 4 targets per home game, and we need 3 catches here. And he's getting at least 4 targets every single home game, if not more. 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 10 targets, and we just need 3 receptions to push 4 to clear. The Lions' pass defense has not lived up to the hype this year, unfortunately, and is bottom 9 in passing yards allowed, bottom 5 in yards per attempt. For that reason, you could go over his receiving yard prop, maybe even his fantasy score. But this is going to be my 2 picks right here. David Montgomery over 65.5 rushing and receiving yards. Brandin Cooks over 3 receptions. Let me know what y'all think. I will catch y'all on the next one for the Sunday slate. Good luck, everyone. Y'all please like the video for me. If these are doing you any good, if the info is helping you, maybe just helping you do your own research, y'all please slap a like on the video and help me out a ton there. I appreciate it. Sub to the channel for more. Good luck, everyone. Later.